Now what we do know, Simon, is that the 14 Premier League clubs who are not involved in the Super League, the ones out with the 6 who have said we're in, those 14 are about to have a Zoom meeting. That's at 11 o'clock, I think, Luke. Yeah, 11 o'clock for that. One of those clubs is Everton. And a short time ago, I spoke to the Everton owner, Farhad Moshiri, and I asked him straight, are Everton considering joining the Super League?
talkSPORT exclusive.
Never. You see, this is every facet of it, is against the very idea of British football. Football clubs are community assets. They belong to fans and to their communities. I mean, this just takes much of the romance of football away. I mean, who wants to see, Real Madrid and Liverpool? I mean, you want to play Liverpool and Everton play. It's just something which makes the game just a money game. It's not football anymore.
Do you still think it will happen, or do you think it will fail?
Well, I think the Premier League should deduct points from these clubs. I mean, when clubs for minor things get point deducted, poaching a manager, a player, exceeding financial fair play, this is 6 clubs attacking the very heart of the Premier League. And I think they should be disciplined. That's what I would do. They should have discussed it with Premier League. They should have achieved a consensus. It should have been discussed with all the chairmen of the Premier League. And indeed, other parts of the game, with the FA, FIFA, UEFA. It's a system which has worked for many years. In Champions League, it's an amazing competition. I mean, it is the Super League.
And there's talk of maybe throwing Chelsea and Manchester City out of the Champions League semi-finals. Would you back that?
Look, I don't want the fans to suffer quality, but I think Premier League need to discipline clubs. They are there. Premier League has its constitution. They need to treat powerful clubs as severely as, the poorer clubs. But I think football is about competition. I mean, when you watch West Bromwich Albion beating Chelsea, I mean, this is football, right? Every club can outperform. On a Saturday, 11 players against 11 players. A club like Leeds can go down and come back and draw with Liverpool. I mean, this is football. To deprive this competition devalues the game.
That was Farhad Moshiri speaking exclusively to us here at talkSPORT a short time ago. Football clubs, he says, Simon, are community assets.
Of course they are.
It shouldn't all be about money, and it's become all about money, he says.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
He's not for it. Would you want to join the Super League? He said never.
I think any right-minded football club owner that wasn't part of this 6, right, was asked the question, would you want to join this format, given the absolute outrage and condemnation, and you're not being asked to be invited into it right now, would say the same thing. I think Moshiri is a very decent man. I think he's a very decent operator. I think he's put his heart and soul into Everton. And I think Everton owe him a humongous debt because he has ambitions to build this club. And it's a wonderful football club. I've always liked Everton. Bill Kenwright was a big mate of mine. I enjoy the club. I enjoy its fans. I enjoyed selling Andrew Johnson to them. But also, there is a reality. The reasons why Everton are pushing for Carlo Ancelotti to put him into the Champions League is because of Moshiri's money. And the idea that football hasn't become all about money is for the birds. Tragically, I might add, it has become all about money. And the moment we started to clamour and suggest that we wanted £100 million transfers or players could be paid £25 million a year, you brought money men into football. And when you bring money men and big business into football, what do you expect it becomes about? It becomes about money. And
but fans never wanted that, Simon.
Well, they didn't want it, but the direction of travel has changed since 92. When Sky came in and started to put football back on the map, because in 1992, football was broken. It had no real TV revenues, and Sky came along and changed the direction. And it's built it and built it and built it to such a point in 2003 it brought Abramovich in. Then Abramovich brought Mansour in and then brought everybody else in. And the football finances have gone through the ceiling. There has to be something done to change the direction. Is this it in this format? No. But this format in my view, is going to happen, but in a different shape or different form that's more equitable. Because unless you...
This format's going to happen, but not in this format.
This format, i.e. the break away from UEFA, football clubs taking control of their own media rights. And also, why would you as a football club want everybody else to make money off you? You don't need it. I've been saying for years that football should do something, be the Netflix of football. The Premier League should be the Netflix of football. Guess what these big six clubs have done? The biggest brands in world football. They've said, sod the Netflix of the Premier League, let's make it the Netflix of world football. And look at the scale on this. This business, if you look at Netflix and what's its market cap, it's worth 255 billion. If they do this, and they can do this in this format, it'll be worth 150 billion. Do you think that people are going to stop and not do this because of this opportunity?
So what would you have said to Leeds fans last night outside Elland Road?
What would I have said to Leeds fans? I would have said the same thing as I'm saying to you. This mechanism isn't the right mechanism. The lack of qualification, the ability to close a door and pull up a drawbridge and people can't come in is the wrong message. But the idea of changing the direction and monetising football better is the only solution to football finances.
Cy Barton on Twitter, proud of what Farhad Moshiri said there on talkSPORT, represents his club and us, the fans, quite superbly. Cole McClyman, good morning, Cole. Fantastic what Farhad Moshiri said there. But there is one of interest. David Bolton, not the other two aren't. David Bolton, interesting listening to Farhad there about not joining the Elite 12. But if they don't, will there be any point to the £500 million new stadium? I mean, Moshiri, I know Moshiri is somebody you respect greatly.
Well, of course you cannot, in football terms, you cannot not respect him. He has invested in his football club. I like the way he speaks in the media. He's come straight out now. It's a wonderful positioning opportunity with no disrespect intended to Farhad. If you go out now as one of the big clubs that aren't included in this six and say, we are against it, you are now the people's champion. You're the people's champion of a club.
Okay, more from Simon shortly. Cannot to half 10.